And we start with breaking news at 5. More than 180,000 people south and east of the metro are in the dark. Core Electric Cooperative told us moments ago it was caused by a major disturbance on a transmission system between XL and Core. Skyfox over one of XL's substations at Jewel Avenue and Abilene Street about 20 minutes ago. We did see crews on the ground working at this substation. XL told us that their work to restore the power. That power outage is already causing a big headache for drivers, with several traffic lights out of service in that area. Right now you're seeing some of the intersections near the substation, and those have some big backups, as you can see. And here's a look at the latest numbers. More than 145,000 XL customers are in the dark. More than 44,000 Core Electric Cooperative customers are also without power. So for that outage, far-reaching impacts across the metro. We know that 911 emergency lines were down in Parker and Aurora, and at least 2 RTD lines were stopped. As of about 20 minutes ago, Aurora's emergency line was back up and running. We also know that
the Colorado Emergency Management Agency has issued a civil emergency message for the following counties in Colorado: Denver, Adams, Arapahoe, Jefferson, Boulder, and El Paso. At 5:16 p.m., the catastrophic, unexpected power grid failure occurred across the Front Range. All electrical power, cellular services, and public water systems are offline due to dropping temperatures and freezing weather. Residents must shelter in place immediately. Do not attempt to travel. Major highways are gridlocked. Isolate your family to a single interior room to conserve body heat. Drip your water faucets immediately. Tune to and radio band 850 for further instructions. Prepare for prolonged darkness.
Good evening. We are coming to you live with a developing emergency across the Mountain West. If you are just tuning in, a massive instantaneous power failure has just struck the entire Front Range urban corridor. Reports are coming in incredibly fast. We can confirm that all of downtown Denver, Colorado Springs, and Aurora are completely without power. Streetlights are dead. We are trying to establish contact with our engineering team at Lookout Mountain, but we have just lost our transmitter feed. Cell service is dropping across the city. Reports indicate Salt Lake City, Las Vegas, and Phoenix have also gone dark in a massive cascade failure. Hold on. I'm being told the studio's auxiliary batteries are depleting. The backup generators are failing. We are losing our studio. Hear me, stay inside your home.
This is a required monthly test of the Utah Emergency Alert System. Broadcast stations in your area have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergent.
This transmission was not an official broadcast, was not scheduled, and was not a test. A real emergency situation exists. Stand by for official instructions from local authorities. Turn to local media or official government channels immediately for verified safety directives. We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. This is a national emergency message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the United States government to participate in the emergency alert system. At 4:15 noon Mountain Time, a failure grid has spread towards technology and internet. It affected nearby local communities staring at Denver, which spread it to the west coast, which is overall dangerous. This has affected over 20 million nationwide. Recommended instructions will follow. Turn off all electronic-related objects nearby your home. A blackout has a chance of starting a fire at your home shelter. If the National Weather Service detected any nearby weather event, follow it and seek shelter nearby. All clear message and this problem will be fixed shortly, but all normal programming will be suspended until further notice.
This is an urgent briefing from the United States Department of Energy. At approximately 3:01 Central Time, a severe infrastructure compromise triggered a catastrophic failure across the Western and Mountain Interconnection and portions of the Midwest power grids. As displayed on your emergency broadcast screens, the red zone outlines states currently experiencing a total blackout. This region includes California, Colorado, Nevada, parts of Arizona, New Mexico, Oregon, and Washington. The yellow zone indicates high-risk areas adjacent to the failure. Grid operators are actively rerouting power to prevent cascading failures into these sectors. Residents in these states must reduce electricity usage immediately. The green zone remains low risk, running on isolated eastern and northern grid connections. Federal authorities, alongside local emergency services, are deploying mobile generation assets. All citizens in the red zone must shelter in place, conserve resources, and await further instructions via local battery-powered radio networks.
Understood. Mr. James Wilson, Cyber Command is tracking a synchronized malicious payload across those red sectors. It didn't just trip the relays. It physically burned out the transformers at the main substations. We are actively hunting the perimeter of the yellow zone right now, but the intrusion is moving faster than our network isolation protocols. If we don't authorize a hard sever of the Midwest lines from the Eastern Interconnection within 10 minutes, the entire seaboard is going down with them.
General Mark, you aren't understanding me. This isn't a standard infrastructure failure. The physical damage to the extra high voltage transformers in the red zone is catastrophic. We do not have replacements stockpiled for a failure of this scale. You need to prepare your units for a long-term deployment. We are not talking about a restoration timeline of days or weeks. Those states will be dark for months. Maintain civil order by whatever means necessary.
Months? Director, with all due respect, that is an absolute death sentence for those metro areas. Without municipal water pumps, those cities will run completely dry in 72 hours. Once the cell towers die tonight, we lose the ability to broadcast emergency instructions. Panic is going to set in by morning. If you expect my units to maintain civil order in a dark zone for months, I need immediate authorization to deploy active duty military for humanitarian distribution. We are looking at a total societal collapse if we don't get water into those sectors now.
I know exactly what it means, General. But those are the parameters we are dealt with. The President is preparing to sign the continuity of government directives within the hour. Federal authority is being decentralized. You are now the highest legal authority in your tactical sector. Save who you can. Keep the supply lines open. May God have mercy on us all.
This is a final message to all survivors in the Western Coast and Mountain Interconnection. At 4:06 p.m. Pacific Time, all national interconnection with transmitted cables shut down due to all power outage. This power outage wasn't a simple power outage, it was something big. They call it the Blackout. There are rumors that someone warned about a week ago this is going to happen. Cyber hackers has broadcasted false information to cable and antenna stations. To all citizens, prepare food and water, shelter. This is the final message. Prepare everything. We tried, but there's no solution. About 58 people died being electrocuted due to device-related interconnection with electricity. All electric cars and transportation will shut down. Gas is your last hope for you to survive. Move to the Midwest or eastern side of the United States as soon as possible. The government will officially count down to 60 seconds for this final broadcast. God bless America to its citizens.
This is a priority safety announcement from the senior nuclear inspector stationed at the South Texas Project/Comanche Peak Generation Facility. At 7:45 p.m. Central Time, the ERCOT grid suffered a catastrophic frequency drop due to severe overloading as the surrounding national interconnections collapsed. To protect the integrity of the station, an automated emergency scram was successfully executed. Both reactor cores are secure. Control rods are fully inserted. However, because the Texas grid is entirely dead, the facility is currently operating in island mode. We are running entirely on emergency backup diesel generators to keep the core cooling pumps active. We have exactly 72 hours of fuel on site to maintain these pumps. If replacement diesel shipments cannot bypass the highway gridlock before our tanks run dry, we will face a critical station blackout and potential thermal compromise. The state of Texas is safe from radiation right now, but the clock is officially ticking. God bless Texas. Stand by.
Inspector, this is emergency coordination in Washington, D.C. We copy your floor telemetry, and we need you to look at the master board right now. You're asking us for a military airlift to clear Highway 59, but you don't see the wider picture. The western and mountain grids didn't just fail. They tore the infrastructure apart on their way down. We had to execute a complete physical sever of the Texas ties to prevent the frequency shockwave from vaporizing our own substations. ERCOT is a total island now. Every heavy lift chopper in the Texas National Guard has been grounded by executive order for strategic asset preservation. Washington is going dark in less than 20 minutes. No fuel trucks and no birds are coming to save that plant. Cut your emergency broadcast line. Panicked citizens are already marching toward your perimeter security gates, thinking your facility has backup power for the public. You and the operations manager have to hold Train A together by yourselves. If that coolant loop drops, you won't just lose the plant, you will lose the entire sector. Keep the water moving over those rods by any means necessary. Central Command out.
Thank you.
Please be Beckham. Please be Beckham. Please be Beckham.
Yes, I got me. I got a Beckham.
Collect one of 9 legendary cups with the FIFA World Cup meal.
You're not the only one. This can be heavy. Tell me about your mother.
Message from the President of the United States of America. For your safety, if you have this muted, please higher your volume to make this message audible and understandable. The message you are about to hear is important and it's not going to repeat again.
My fellow Americans, this is the President. The grid as we know it has collapsed, and large portions of our country have gone dark. The West and the Rockies have unfortunately fallen to the cascading blackout. To our citizens in the South battling the elements, and the Midwest, where the spikes are overwhelming the system, we are doing everything we can to coordinate a response. Presidential address. The East remains. We are holding the line here in the East. This is the last broadcast you may receive from this administration. Follow your local emergency personnel, take care of your neighbors, and above all, stay calm. May God bless you all, and may God bless the United States.